I promised a video about older women and younger men. This is not that video. The one that I did about older men, younger women was more of a reaction video and off the cuff. So I want to be a little more informed when it comes to older women and younger men, so I can present it without prejudice. Women can trap a man with sex. Men can trap a woman with money. People have said, and you've heard this in the past, that to a woman, a man is a success object, and that to men, women are a sex object. That's another way of putting it. Beware of both. Beware of both. A female friend, in reaction to yesterday's video about older man, younger woman, said, well, what about women? I won't reveal personal details. What about the other way around? Ladies who are watching, the men might not know how to put this into words. I will give you the words. I will give you the words to have in your head to help formulate your thoughts. Ladies, this is to school you. There is no dynamic equivalent. You completely lose the argument or your point when you say, well, what about women? Men and women are different. How many times do I have to say it? I know everyone's into equality. I'm stronger than you and I'm faster than you. And I can grow a beard. You can't. You can bear a child, be soft, comfort me, offer other perspectives that are definitively female, because there are perspectives that are male and there are perspectives that are female. We can't deny our biological differences, and remember, those brains are housed within those biological differences. It's not the same brain. I'm not saying one is better than the other. I say each have their strengths. But you can't say, yes, men and women are biologically different, and then just say, well, we're equal. We're not equal. We're different. So what I'm not doing is, I'm not going to argue with you or talk with you or reason with you on the grounds of equality. That's changing the game. Let's keep it on the topic of differences. Easily triggered people automatically go to equality. And everyone's afraid to talk about differences. Look at me dressing like it's wintertime. Here it is, mid-May. And I've got a flannel shirt on and an LL Bean fleece that is at least 30 years old. You can't say, well, what about women? Men will marry a younger woman for a couple reasons. And I'm not saying that, I am a guy that might say, well, what's love have to do with it? Number one, for legacy and childbearing. A woman doesn't marry or hook up or get together with a younger man because of legacy or childbearing. So, can you see what I'm saying? Two completely different arguments. In 20 years, the 30-year-old man is going to be 50. In 20 years, the 50-year-old woman is going to be 70. There is a difference. Let's not kid ourselves. So the reactions of people towards a older man, younger women are different than the reactions towards older woman, younger man. No such thing as, well, what about women? What if the situation was reversed? I'm going to contradict myself by creating a video that reverses that situation. But I'm also going to bring up some of the cold hard truth about that. A young man enters into a relationship with an older woman knowing that he will never bear children with that woman. That's okay. Younger men, and older women know this, younger men are black-pilled and nihilistic. How do I know? I deal with them every single day by the hundreds. I wouldn't want to bring a child into this world anyways. Why would I want to get married? You know, the arguments that a lot of young guys have, that I agree with many of them. But older women can take advantage of the fact that young men are black-pilled and nihilistic about bringing children into this world. So she thinks that she's scoring by having a younger guy. Women will do anything to prolong their youth. Like, for instance, women will get Botox and all kinds of treatments and plastic surgeries. Whereas a man, most men, not all but most, don't mind the wrinkles. They don't mind aging or getting seasoned, so to speak. Women are quite aware that the seasoned look for them in modern culture is not youthful, it's not attractive, and it doesn't bring them work, it doesn't bring them attention, especially if a woman is used to getting attention. A man can grow older and still get tons of attention. Whereas a woman, like, well, let me put it this way. Let's look at some older men, like Sean Connery, just recently passed away. I'm waiting for a school bus right now. Hold on. And the flashing red lights are on. Whenever I stop for a school bus, I always put my flashers on. Alrighty. Excellent. Good. And that's a smart thing to do. Whenever I go through like a school zone where you have to go down to 15 miles an hour, I put on my flashers. Whenever I stop for a school bus that's loading or unloading, I always put on my flashers. Kind of a safety thing. Let's get back to the topic. Older men can remain sexy right up until their old age. Women, that varies, the sexiness. Most women know, and they're panicking about getting older. Most. Especially if they've had a lot of attention when they were younger. For instance, I'm just thinking about, you've heard it said that attention is the currency of women. That's how you pay women. That's how they get rich. I've always noticed that there is a thing, let's get real, called pretty girl privilege. And average looking women to not overtly attractive women will agree with me. The ones who will get the most mad are the pretty girls and the sexy girls, because they seem to have it easy, and there's always men that will just drop everything for a pretty girl. And do I hate using words that are way overused. But I'll say this word once, and you will not hear me say it again. Simping. Men simping for women. And I am just repeating what every single guy has already heard, is that the pretty, sexy, voluptuous cheerleader who had her way with lots of men and money after her second or third divorce will marry the nerd, the computer programmer, the Silicon Valley geek that she never would have looked at 20 or 30 years earlier. Why is that? Number one, he thinks he's scoring when he's really simping. She's looking at a life where she can no longer get the attention that she once had. Boy, this really sounds like manosphere garbage, doesn't it? But let's just keep it real for a second, because I'm not a manosphere guy. The older man feels like he's scoring when he lands a young woman doesn't matter if he's rich or not, might be described as shallow. So this is not a teaching of definitive truth. You're going to have to pick out some of the truths in this video. Not just American culture, not just Western civ. Let's get real. Men have typically chosen women on their ability to breed. When the black-pilled, nihilistic, modern man is not interested in breeding, but he's interested in sex, a woman can provide sex, really good sex. An older woman can provide good, and when I say older, I mean 40 and up, can still provide really good sex when she can't provide children. So this video today is going to be more like panning for gold. You're going to have to put all the stuff in a pan and move it around and pick out the gold pieces. Separate the gold from the non-gold. If you have a bad day today, it's your fault. If you have a good day today, it's also your fault. You have all the resources you need to make today and every day a good day.